We can start. So the last few weeks, we've talked a lot about Bet on You and, kind of getting started. We've talked about topics like having a finite amount of time to plan for yourself, just various tips, tricks, just ways to kind of change your mindset to go through a challenge like that, to be in a weight loss mode. And so I kind of want to wrap it up in a sense, because this is our last week on Bet on You, but also just in general, anytime you're, in a weight loss mode or in a certain program, an amount of time that you're finishing something, so that we can finish in a way that propels us forward, right? So not finishing in a way that says, okay, I'm done with this, I'm going to go back to old habits, but finishing in a way then that we can progress with it and move forward. So, so one of the things I want you to really think about as we're wrapping up this week and Bet on You is how do you feel about the last 4 weeks? How are you feeling, right? Do you notice you have more energy? Did you get the workouts done? Do you feel like you had a more balanced approach to your meals, or you were able to prep some more than you had before? It's super, super important, no matter how small it may seem to you, because maybe you're looking at it as if I didn't do it all, right? That's not the important part. What did you do? How do you feel about it? Because it's super important to look at the things you did do and say, I did those. That's more than I did 2 months ago or last year or whatever, right? Because it all starts somewhere and we build on it. But if we just ignore those non-scale victories, or, however you want to reference it, right? If we ignore those habit changes as if they're not big enough, then it's like you've ignored the last month, or you've ignored any progress you've made. And all the progress matters. It's all important, right? Because it helps get us to the next stages. And it is a process. The whole thing's a process. So what are some of the things in the last month that you've noticed of how you're feeling, or what's going well, do you think? Feel free to shout it out.
I started out waking up at 5 o'clock every morning. And then once my cycle hit, I was like, oh, I can't do this anymore. But I would like to get back to waking up on time and doing my workouts and just being done midday. So, I mean, it's helped me so far to stay accountable and be consistent with time.
So you felt best when you were getting your workout done early. Getting up on a certain time. Yeah. Really regulating your clock really does help. Same bedtime, same uptime, same time on things. It really helps your body be ready and prepped. Like I noticed, it was funny. We were joking, my kids don't have school tomorrow because it's a grading day. And I'm like, I was joking with my son. I'm like, but I'm still going to wake up at 5:30 because my body's just ready for that at this point. So yeah. So,
exactly.
So noticing how you felt in something that was working and then getting back to that. Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm not doing Bet on You, but I finished the Ultimate Reset, which it's kind of incongruence. And I actually almost messaged you this to you, Deanna, but I was like, I'll just wait till tonight.
I love getting your messages.
Oh, thank you. I went to Whole Foods today to get some food because I needed to have to eat. And I noticed that I'm very excited about the food that I'm eating. And I mean, I'm easily excitable in general, but I was really excited. I've been eating a lot of the food from the Ultimate Reset still. And I am just so excited about it. And when I was at the store, I went down all the aisles looking for stuff, but none of the processed food or other things that I would have grabbed in the past, I had any interest in getting. And I was really just kind of impressed in noticing that. And I still haven't had any caffeine, which is
really wow. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't really had a desire to have it. I also haven't gotten back to really strenuous workouts. Because I learned my lesson on Monday when I did 2 in the day and didn't feel that great. And was like, I think I'm going to die. And Dana's like, you're fine. It's fine.
Yeah. And it's so like, it's really important to just kind of recognize that the way you're eating plus the way you're feeling are together, right? So it's, if you do add in that processed food isn't going to feel as good anymore because you're in a different place. Yeah. And that's the thing I think we forget to acknowledge is that you're different than you were 3 weeks ago. I'm sorry if my dog's really loud. She's running back and forth right now like crazy. But it's like, you're in a different place. You're not the same person you were 3 weeks ago, even if it's a small amount of, change that you've made, you're not the same person. So you can grow from that, change from that. And it was, Mariana and I were talking about how empowered and different you feel after following the reset, just how things you're not the same and food's not the same to you. And it's a much more controlled, empowered feeling around food.
Oh yeah. My relationship has changed like a total 180. And that's been really impressive because I never really had a bad relationship with food. But I've just noticed it's like so different. Like I'm reaching for like the fruits and veggies and I'm not asking for I'm not really interested in like eating meat or like any of that. So I've actually maintained like full plant-based since I stopped the reset last week.
Yeah. Yeah. And feeling totally satisfied.
Oh, I feel fantastic.
This is amazing. Yeah. Like I never thought that would happen for me.
Yeah. No, I'm like,
you go full days without meat. You're just like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. So what are, like some other things that maybe, if your clothes are feeling better, if you feel like you have more energy in the afternoon, I know afternoon's a big one for me. That's where I kind of start tanking in general. And when you're in this, like when you're in your regimen, your routine of working out, of getting in good nutrition, those afternoons are a lot easier to handle. You may be sleeping better. So note all those things. And so like when you finish something or you're like ready to evaluate, we'll say, right? Because it's really good to, especially in your nutrition plan, every month or every cycle of the program, right? So if you're doing 21 Day Fix, then it's every 3 weeks. But if you're doing another program every month is a really good way to just kind of sit down and say, okay, how was this last month? How did it go? And write down all of the changes, right? We're not going to write down all the things you didn't do because that doesn't really matter. It's important to know what you did do and how it feels. And then the next step is we're going to add one thing on there. Okay. So I don't want you to feel like you have to add like, okay, I didn't do all of this stuff in the last month. So now I have to cold turkey and I'm going to do it all and everything's going to change. It's all about adding one more thing in. One thing that you think is going to improve whatever goal situation you want to change. Okay, now I'm going to have to. Okay, sorry. I should have left her inside. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's that one thing. So it could be something as simple as I'm going to meal prep this month. Right? If I meal prep each Sunday, that's going to help me get to the place I want to be. And that's the thing you're going to focus on as you're building up on the things you're doing. So don't stop doing the things you were doing, right? Keep your workouts going, whatever thing you added in last month, keep that progressing and then add in one thing. So what kind of one thing would you guys think for yourselves would be something you would, want to focus on or add in?
I think for me, it would be cutting back on social media at a certain time. I'm always in bed trying to wind down and find myself grabbing my phone just to take one more peek or answer one more message or write down one more note. So I think just turning it off at, say 8:30 or whatever, and hopping in bed just to try to relax my body and get over the day.
I'm with you on that. I've started trying to put my phone down more in the evening because I'm kind of like
putting it on a grayscale.
What'd you say?
Put it on a grayscale. It's not
then it's not as exciting.
Monochromatic. You're like, ew. Yeah.
Can you put that on a timer to go on a grayscale at a certain time?
I haven't found the ability, but I did, you can create a shortcut. So like if I tap 3 times on the right side button on my phone, the whole phone goes to grayscale, and social media, it doesn't look that great in black and white. So that was helpful. And then the other thing I did is I did an aesthetics, so I don't have any alerts on my phone. So like the homepage of my phone, there's no red bubbles because everything is shortcut, and it's not that I'm not that interested in.
Are you don't like to have the red notification?
I have plenty of red notifications.
Okay.
And then I've noticed, because I don't get them for Facebook now, I will get an alert on my phone and it'll say, Facebook will be like, you have like 55 notifications, because I haven't logged in a while on my phone because they want me to come back. So it's interesting, but I completely like agree, like turning it off at night, just giving yourself that space.
Yeah.
It really can make a huge difference in just kind of letting your mind relax. And I don't do we have so many tools in BOD too, right? You have controlled stretches from 9-Week Control Freak. You have, can you just bring her in? Thanks. I had to text my child to get her. And then we have the meditations, and some of them are as short as 4 minutes. So there's some specifically for evening too, for falling asleep, if that's something that's difficult, or even getting back to sleep. If you've woken up in the middle of the night, there's a really great one. I actually did it a couple nights in a row, and I fell asleep while I was listening to it. So then I fell asleep with my AirPods in, and I'm like, and I woke up later and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess it worked. But, we have lots of things like that can help us, or get into a routine that is letting you slow things down, calm down, and kind of get situated for your evening. Yeah. And to have a good sleep. And we haven't talked about the supplement a whole lot, but we do have Recharge to take at night. It's a casein and sour cherry mix, and sour cherry helps your body naturally make more melatonin. So like I have a child who has difficulty calming his mind and getting himself to sleep. So he takes sour cherry gummies, and he feels like they're helping. It could be psychosomatic, but as long as he feels like he's getting to sleep a little easier, I'm good on that one. Because melatonin, if you're taking it a lot, can adjust your body's ability to make it. It's on its own. So you just kind of want to, it's like giving your body the tools to make its own is the best way to go. And we have that in the Recharge. Plus it's giving you that dose of protein so that you can help repair in the middle of the night.
I'm going to drop a link to a sleep mask with a built-in Bluetooth headphones.
Ooh.
I'm obsessed with it, and it links to your phone. So when you're going to sleep at night, you just like put it over and everything's dark and you can listen on your phone. And it's
that sounds nice.
Yeah. So you don't have to worry about your AirPods in your ear. Like if you sleep and it hurts. Definitely recommend that.
So then you won't wake up again and then have to fall asleep again. Yeah. That's perfect. Thank you. Mm-hmm. So what other kinds of things do you feel like you could improve or notch up a little from last month?
Probably getting up at getting back up into my workout morning routine, because I flipped everything. So I've been doing yoga at night, and that's been great. But I do miss my morning workouts. So. Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Kathy, how are things going for you? You had a really great week. Was this week a little bit
went downhill?
Downhill. Okay.
That was the first 2 days I was doing really good. Everything was good, and I lost big, and I knew I wouldn't lose big the whole time. And then the next couple of days I was losing like a minute amount, which pisses me off, but I stayed on it. Right. But then by the end of the week, I was gaining. So by the end of the week, in the middle of the week, I was down 3 pounds. By the end of the week, I had put those 3 pounds back on. I don't know why. So then I totally lost it, and I'm not following anything. So I need to.
So that's really interesting. And do you feel like you had any changes during that week? Like, did you have some extra things, or?
I probably had some extra things here and there.
Okay.
But I don't think it was enough to like put the whole 3 pounds back on. So that pisses me off.
Well, it depends on what it was, because you can have inflammation, right? Depending on if it's something that doesn't agree with you. If it's high in sodium, you can have water retention. If you had some extra things, but then also maybe worked out harder or did something excessive, that can also cause inflammation in a temporary way, right? So there's a lot of factors, or not enough sleep can also,
I didn't do enough exercise. There's a lot of days I just didn't get it in. It's just, it's been crazy. There's just too much to do, and I just can't. And so, I do everything else that has to be done, and I'm like last on the list still. You think you can be last when you have kids at home and you're working, and but like when everybody's gone, why am I still last?
Well, you are the only one that can change that.
I know.
So, and you'll feel a lot better when you've taken care of you.
Yes.
So that you can give out.
Right.
Yeah.
Because when I do this eating, then by the end of the week or the beginning, then I just forgot it. I said, forget it. I've got all the meals because I prepped on Saturdays. I have them all in the refrigerator. I eat them, but then I eat other things too. And now I've eaten too much, and I don't feel good physically.
Yeah. Right. And you're frustrated mentally. Yeah. You're not feeling empowered. You're not feeling like you're succeeding. Yep.
Right. So then I get mad at myself. So what do? You take it out on yourself, like stupid.
Yeah. And so it's like figuring out how you can stop that, right? Even just stopping the guiltiness or the coming back at yourself would be a great step, because then you can just kind of be like, okay, that happened, and my next meal is going to be just fine. So it doesn't, and this is a perfect example, because it's like, it doesn't have to be all of a sudden you wake up tomorrow and you're like, I'm the most amazing person ever, and I never eat anything I'm not supposed to, and everything's going to be magical and rainbows, and I ride a unicorn around, Long Island, right? No, that's not the way it is. So you start in one place, and it's just not shaming yourself, not feeling guilty, not putting that extra weight on you, right? That's how you're going to take care of yourself. You're going to show yourself love regardless of what happens, regardless of what your weight is, regardless of what you eat. You're on your team always. And if you start there and you keep showing up for you, that confidence in you grows. And then you don't have, as much binging. You don't have as much, I'm just not going to do anything, right? You don't have to throw in the towel, because no matter what, you're going to be there for yourself. You're going to keep showing up for you. You're going to keep coming back and trying, because you're worth it. Right? Because you are, you totally are. And I think one of the hardest things is we sometimes think that we just should know, we should do it, we should be better at it. But, we've had a lot of years of, not doing things.
Right.
And now all of a sudden changing those habits and changing things around, it's not easy. It has to be a focused effort. And sometimes it's smaller steps for a while. And then you have a big step, right? It's like you have these smaller things that you have to get lined up, and then, oh, okay, wow, look at how far I've come in this amount of time, where it felt like it took forever to do it.
Yeah. I have to stop getting up at night. Like I'll go to sleep. I don't sleep. I just don't go to sleep. I toss and turn for a couple of hours, and then I just get up to read the paper, and that'll make me tired. But the problem is, when I get up to read the paper, I'll eat something.
Right.
The first few days of this, I did get up and read the paper, but I didn't eat. But then, like, when I wasn't seeing the results I wanted, then I would get up and eat. I got to just fight it and stay in bed.
Yeah.
Because once I'm up, that's it. All I can think about is eating.
Yeah. And that's where this being proud of the things you are doing versus looking at the things you're not doing comes in, right? Being really excited about, hey, I did do this. I did this. You meal prepped entire weeks of, like, an entire week of food. That's awesome. Like, I don't ever even do that. I mean, that's awesome. So it's like, be really excited and know I can do that. That's possible. And that helped. And then it's, slowly building on those things to come together. That's the hard part when things seem like they're going to take a little while, but you're turning a mindset, and it's not always fast. It really depends on where you're at, how you're feeling about things. I mean, there's so many factors in it, and it's you yourself sometimes blocking your own movement, right? And blocking your own change.
Your own worst enemy.
Yes.
Yeah. Or you can be your best friend, right? So start thinking of it now as your best friend. There's so many times where like I've said something to myself and I'm like, I would never say that to another person ever in my life, but I just said it to myself. Why would I do that? Like, you'd never say it to your best friend. So it's really about thinking about, how can I talk to me like my best friend?
Yeah.
Encouraging myself. You got your back, right?
Yeah. Thanks.
We're getting so deep. I feel like we're in a therapy session, but I like it.
Right?
This is my weekly therapy session.
I was gonna say, it sounded like a therapy session there for a second.
Hi, Lily. What state are you in right now?
We're back in Washington now.
Okay. All right.
We're only gone for a couple hours.
You're like my jet set friend that I like to live through sometimes, just to know you're in other places, and I'm still here in Oregon. So Lily, I know you'll have some things too. Like, we were talking about things that you can get excited about in the last month, and then something you can build on for this month. So like taking a mental note, making a list of the things you did well. Nothing you did bad, just the things you did well. So like taking that, and then what could you progress with this month? Like one thing that you'd want to change or do differently. Like what have you kind of seen with your customers or yourself with that?
Consistency in workouts.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't, throughout the holidays, I didn't miss any workouts, and I was very consistent. I think a lot of my clients actually were as well, and it was fun to see them progress through the holidays and not make excuses and still get it done.
Yeah. So. Yeah. So it's like keeping and they probably didn't keep everything, right? Maybe they had their, alcohol or had their treats or whatever, but they kept that workout going. So then it's easier, right? When the holidays are done, you've already got that habit that continued.
Yeah, you don't have to get back on the wagon with your workouts if you're already on it. So that's very, very helpful. And you can give yourself a little pat on the back as well. It's something to celebrate and be proud of. And if you're making baby steps towards a healthier lifestyle and you're consistent with your workouts, maybe the next thing you move on to is making sure you get four veggies in every day, or so it's those kind of goals that you could build on, or making sure you get all your water in.
Yeah. Definitely. Did anybody have anything last month that they felt like they really struggled with? Like they're not quite sure how to flip the switch on, or?
I was pulling my ass out of bed.
I had that this morning. I literally laid in bed till like 9-ish.
Oh,
yeah.
I want to sleep till 9.
Well, I didn't sleep. I was just sitting there, not getting my workout in.
So I was having trouble with mindset. Like I was having a pretty hard time with mindset last month, which was unusual because I hadn't had that trouble. I was like in a routine and I was cool and everything. And then all of a sudden I hit a really struggle period. And I was thinking about this when Kathy was talking, that I don't know, I've been listening to Mel Robbins again, The High Five Habit. Like I started reading it and I was okay with it, but I decided to buy it on Audible, and it's really helping me change my mind, the way I'm talking to myself, the way I'm thinking. So I just really wanted to recommend it because I might have to listen to it 3 or 4 more times, but it's getting through.
What
Second person to mention that.
What'd you say, Joy?
what is it called?
High Five Habit. I'm on chapter 9, and I spent extra time with it today because today like is one of those days where I'm just like, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to talk to anybody. I'm just in a funk today, and I know it'll work itself out, but it's weird because I haven't had these in a while. And I honestly think it was because of the reset. Like I just came out of it with less lows. Because I just feel like, I think in your life, you just kind of have these ups and downs naturally. And some people have worse ups and downs. But like today was one of those days where I'm just like, blah. And I just could not kind of get myself around to like do a lot today. It was weird.
You sound good now.
Well, I'm with all you guys, and you
okay.
like seriously, this call always gets me more excited. I'm going to get off it and just go lay on the couch and be like, okay, I'm done for the night. But
that's while you're laying on the couch.
But it's always, and it was funny because this morning I got myself out to the garage, and today was a recovery day anyway. So I was just going to do meditation. I get out there and I get on the Zoom and I'm like, oh, Lily's probably gone. And I'm like, nobody's on the Zoom. I'm like, I really wanted to talk to somebody this morning.
Aww.
So yeah. So if anybody wants to get on between 7 and 8, somewhere in there, I'm usually on. Or 7.
What is that Eastern time?
That's Pacific time. Yeah, sorry.
Oh.
It's like your lunch time.
Oh.
Come
I
join.
logged in, but I was on an airplane. Sorry.
I know. It was just kind of funny because today was one of those mornings where I was like, oh, I really need somebody to be on Zoom today. But it's okay. I still did it. See, and I still did it. I still did my meditation. I still went through the motions. I even had workout clothes on this morning, even though I was only doing meditation, because that's just the system I have, right? I had my usual fruit breakfast. I had my shake after. I did the steps because that's like my body just kind of carries me through those steps. And that's what you're creating right now, right? That's what you're doing. You're creating those pieces where you don't have to think about it.
It's all done.
Exactly. Yeah. But I'm so glad you brought that book because it really, and on Audible, she's so fantastic to listen to.
Yeah, it's really good on Audible.
It's
like
different. Yeah. Same with the Jen Sincero, You Are a Badass. She reads her own book on there, and it's so fantastic. It's such a good one.
That and the fact that job 1 workouts were only 20 minutes, like really helped me, really helped me get through that hump. So
that's a great point too, Kim. If you're kind of in a place where it's just hard, then maybe make it a little more simple and have a workout, either one you like cling to a little bit, right? Like that gives you some joy, or one that's shorter that you're still going to do because it's shorter, because all of that still matters. It doesn't mean you're letting yourself down. There's so many different seasons, and it doesn't mean you have to be all out all the time. It's this consistently doing something for yourself each day that helps the most, right? Because there's going to be times like tomorrow, I'm actually already kind of excited to have some kind of hard workout. I'm hitting the bike tomorrow. I'm excited. I'm probably going to find Talia, who has you up and down out of the saddle every 2 seconds, like you're going to church. She's amazing. But it's like that, there's things that kind of bring you out. So if it's like, let's get up. I don't think I've ever smiled so much in a workout program in my life, right? So go to those things that make it just a little easier to get it done, to keep it going. Did anybody else have?
Let's get up.
Yeah. I mean, how can you not smile during that one?
Well, I was trying not to trip over my own feet, but yes.
That's why I'm laughing, I think, because I'm such a klutz during it. I'm just like, I don't know which way we're going, but I'm going to keep moving. And I like Shanti's attitude.
I really like the fact with job 1 where it's only 20 minutes. If you had more, and then you felt, even better about yourself, like, oh my gosh, I got an extra workout of abs in or whatever.
Right.
But if you didn't have time, you still got that feeling of I completed my workout and I did it and I got it done.
And I was still sore in the first week for that one. Like I still had some stuff. I was like, okay, all right, Jennifer, you're showing up here. Like we're doing this. Like, even though it's 20 minutes, you're still feeling it.
Yep.
I agree.
There she is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, looks good, Kim.
It's good.
Did you guys see me burn myself and spill the vinegar all over the floor though? Did you see it? Yeah, I hit the cooking pan with my hand and then I dropped the vinegar and it went all over the floor and everything.
Oh no.
So you can see it in the replay.
I'll put it on my stories. No, I was kidding. Well, that looks delicious. Yeah, speaking of delicious food coming up, meal prep on Sunday. We're making a slow cooker banana bread oatmeal with steel cut oats, a skinny buffalo dip. So it's going to be like shredded chicken, cheesy with some yogurt in it. It's going to be delicious. It'll be also a good thing to take to your Super Bowl party if you're going, and lots of raw veggies to mop it up with. And then a Portuguese kale soup. This one, like, it sounds like it's going to be all like, I mean, there's a lot of vegetables in it. Let's just call it. There's a lot of kale in it, but the sausage and the beans really help it feel comforty. It's actually one of my favorite soups. So give it a try, even if you're a little bit nervous about kale or leeks. What
was the name of is it the cheese that's in the kale soup? The
dip, the new chattel. Yeah. I'm sure I'm not saying that right. So it is just like cream cheese. It's actually the oldest cheese in France, is what I read. It was established around 600 BC, I believe. I think that's right. So you can do some Wikipedia on it. But anyway, it is very, very similar to cream cheese. It just has a different fat content. So it's being used in this. My guess is the macro ratios are a little better for portion fix, but it will act the same. And most people can't taste the difference either between that cheese and cream cheese.
Grocery store?
It should be right next to the cream cheese in your grocery store. Now, if for some reason it's not, it'll be in a box just the same way. Yeah. If it's not, then just get a cream cheese. But it should be there. So
never ever
seen it before.
Okay.
See, it'll be a new experience. We can we can all try together.
I was looking at the recipes today, making sure that I made my list for the grocery store.
You don't go off my shopping list?
Off your Am I missing a shopping list?
I put it in. I put the shopping list in the posts.
Oh, I'm gonna have to look. I went on all the recipes and wrote it all.
Yeah, I do that for you. I did it all last night. I made it all pretty and then I send it out.
I'll go and look.
Then you can add your stuff to the shopping list. All right, we digressed a little bit. So did anybody have anything else that they struggled with last month that you kind of want to touch on, or see if there's something we can, talk through? And yeah, go ahead, Joy.
Well, actually on my January goals that I had written down was getting better with tracking my food. And I have gotten better, like the last week of January and up until now, I'm not keeping track of them on container wise. I have a very hard time. It hasn't sunk in yet. Like my Fitness Pal. I've been doing that for years. I understand it. But I do try to, in the back of my mind, keep track of, okay, so I've already had, 3 proteins today. I need to add this, maybe later on, or, I'm trying to be aware of it. I just haven't been able to track it that way yet, but
yeah. So how did your tracking go? Like, do you feel like you're tracking consistently, or?
These past, what's today, the 3rd, probably the last like 4 or 5 days, I have tracked consistently. I've gotten in the habit of, because I kept like not finishing my day. So now I got it embedded that when I go to bed, before I plug in my phone, I complete my day. Like make sure it's all complete my day.
Yeah.
So I'm slowly getting better. And as long as I get better, I think it'll be easier for me to stay more on track because it will get easier.
Yes. And I think what you'll find too, like I love the idea that you finish it before you plug in your phone, right? Because you really have to create that habit associated with something. So you could also say, like, let's say you make your breakfast, you can't eat it until you track it.
Yes.
Then you eat it, you know, something like that, where then you're doing it each step during the day. So then you're even more conscious about, okay, I got everything, because then it'll be really clear. Then you can look at this tracking to see, okay, you know, this day I did a really good job of hitting my macros or hitting my calories, whatever you're, you know, more focused on in the tracking. And then that way you can go through your days knowing certain meals that work, certain things that work, more snacking, less snacking.
I've been doing meal prep wise, I've been doing like my lunch and my snacks for work. And then of course I don't plan dinners. So it's when I get home, then I start thinking about what I can and cannot do. But so I have, this past week has been good. And I'm on day 3 of job 1. So
awesome.
I'm trying to get back in the groove.
You got this, Joy. You got it. See, keep talking to yourself of all the things you're doing well. You're doing a great job. Any other struggles or questions? We can even move to questions or anything anyone wants to yap about. I don't know. Are you working on unmuting, Kelly?
Yeah, I was having trouble. No, I was just to kind of add to a couple of things the ladies were talking about. So I think it was, I can't remember who was bringing up. I'm trying to do better, but I tend to kind of bash myself all the time. And I do it. Unfortunately, I do it in front of my boyfriend, and I know he doesn't like that. Of course. And it's probably a turn off too for him to, you know, it's anything and everything. And I've gotten worse over the last few months, but definitely need to work on that. And there was another thought that I had a while ago. Oh, I'm just glad I'm not sick. That was my January.
Right? Yeah, you were really down.
Yeah, 3 weeks of what, 4 weeks. So basically the majority of January. So I kind of told myself today that I feel like this is truly like the beginning of my year, beginning of February. So I was just like, January sucked. It's gone. So we'll see what this month will bring. And we actually got an ice storm in Texas. So
I saw that.
But I have electricity.
That's good.
Yes, last year, I think it was Valentine's Day is when it came in, and then we lost power for several days. My back went out. So I'm like, okay, February is not going to be like last year, because it was just, oh God. And something about the cold weather, I always, you know, my grandparents, my parents always used to say, you know, my body hurts. I believe that now, of your joints and that pain, whatever you have. I could feel the weather coming in literally like 2 days before it got here.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you can definitely feel barometric pressure changes. And like, some people get like more migraines or headache, or, you know what I mean? There's just a lot of things that can come up when those changes are coming through.
So, yeah. So I was like, oh my God, I hope my back doesn't go out.
It's not going to. And you know what? So I just listened to the chapter in High Five Habit. I couldn't remember the title. High Five Habit. And she talked a lot in this. It was either chapter 8 or 9. And it was all about when the negative thought or the thought of you doing something bad comes in, you have something to kind of come back with it, you know, like, you know, something negative comes in and you say then you hear it and you're like, nope, I am enough, or whatever you want your mantra to be. I say to myself all that. My favorite saying is, she believed she could, so she did. And I say that to myself a lot, you know what I mean? But it's kind of acknowledging that you said it. That's a big part. And then replacing it to say, and then you'll slowly have less and less, you know, as you keep shifting it and saying, nope, that, you know, that's not it. That's not what I'm trying to do here.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to be more positive. Unfortunately, you can't do that for other people that you spend time with, like co-workers. And that is so hard. I mean, like today on calls and just hearing people just be so negative, and you can't help it. It's like a fire.
It is.
Once you hear it, and then your thoughts and anything that it's just kind of automatic. You kind of follow their behavior, and then it goes downhill from there. But that's the one thing that I wish, you know, and hopefully in the coming months, I can leave my government job and leave that behind. But that's always going to be there. We lost another team lead on our team too. That was unfortunate. So it's because, I mean, I think they're just tired of the atmosphere. It's very toxic. And I mean, I stay because I need the money. Honest, I had to kind of, when it came down to it, that it was the money that kept me there, unfortunately. But anyway, so February is my January.
February is your month. It doesn't even have to be your January. February is your month. It's going to be awesome.
It is. It is going to be awesome.
Tomorrow I have an appointment with an orthopedic guy to look at the hip that I don't think came out good. So I'm getting a second opinion finally.
Oh, good. Well, hopefully you get some answers tomorrow, because that will help to know. Cause I think sometimes we think, you know, there is something wrong, and then people, you know, medical people don't necessarily be like, oh yeah, there is something wrong. And you feel you need that confirmation that something.
And they don't like to talk against the other doctors.
Right. Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Oh, Lily's back in her house. Does anybody have any labels that they want to go through, or any questions you have about anything?
I have a label, but I don't have it physically. It's in the cupboard. So.
But it's in the house, right, Mariana? You just don't want to get up.
It is. I have a 30-pound lap weight. So he thinks he's a lap dog. No one has told him otherwise, and I don't want to break his heart. But they're the brown rice noodles made by, I don't know who makes them. I'll just get up. Somebody else can go. I'll sort my life out, friends.
Did you have one, Kim?
Oh, well, I just wondered, so I ran out of olive oil tonight, and I was using avocado oil, and I wondered if you knew if there were pros and cons of it.
It's great. Avocado oil is great. It's actually a higher flash point, so it's good to cook if you're cooking high heat. It's better than olive oil, because olive oil you'll turn, I guess you could say. You'll change the nutritional structure of olive oil in high heat. That's why it's really good for salad dressings and lower heat stuff. Like, I don't know if you noticed in the reset, there were certain things like sesame oil we would add at the end after it's off the heat. Same thing.
Okay.
So you get a better nutritional value, I guess you could say, by not having it on the heat. But avocado oil is great for heat.
Oh,
same
good.
Coconut oil is too.
Oh, right. Okay. I forgot I had coconut oil too.
Yeah. Either of those were great. And I was going to send you a message too. So Kim and I are a little bit crazy for our Wild Friends peanut butter. And Kim got more of the flavors, the seasonal flavors, but I thought, okay, I'm going to try this other flavor. So I got the peanut cashew, and it has honey, chia, and flax all ground into. Okay. Like, I have not been a person that couldn't put down the peanut butter jar, but oh my God, that stuff is so good. It's so smooth and like wonderful. I've had more pieces of toast in the last 2 days than I've had like in the last 2 months. But yeah, so I don't think I'm going to get it again, but we'll get through this jar and then see where we're at.
I bought a 3-pack of the regular peanut butter. I was thinking I might have to have somebody like lock it away or like put like
like you can only have a certain you get this jar for a month. Here you go.
You get 1 dispenser teaspoon a day.
We should have a peanut butter dispenser and it has like a
gumball
lock or something.
No, that's just cruel. That's crazy talk.
It is crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's so good. If you want to add it to your, they didn't have any of the sugar cookie flavor, which is probably a good thing because that's what I really wanted to try. But
sugar cookie flavored peanut butter.
Yeah, it's their seasonal. So I have the gingerbread flavored peanut butter, and I love it. Fortunately or unfortunately, nobody else in the house liked it, so I guess it's all mine.
Okay.
And I made cookies out of it. So one of my favorite peanut butter cookie recipes has no flour. And I like it because it gives you like a stronger peanut butter flavor. So they sent a recipe where you do 1 cup of peanut butter, 3/4 cup coconut sugar, and then an egg. So mix all that up and you make cookies. And those are my faves. And then I just stick them in the freezer for when I need a little something.
That's always a good trick that you do, the sticking them in the freezer. Ours never.
It has to be. Yeah. It has to be.
I did that.
What did you say, Lily?
I said they never make it to the refrigerator or the freezer.
Yeah. Well, plus I think then, because to me, so when I was at my parents' house, I made chocolate chip cookies, and after day 2, they don't taste the same. But if you stick them in the freezer, it's like they hold whatever good flavor they had and they stay like the same. So I don't know. To me, they get kind of like, I don't know, they just change a little bit. All right, Mariana, we're ready for your label. What do you got?
I went and got my label. So.
Oh, okay. That's the same. I think that might be the same brand. Go down low. Is it like Lotus? Yeah. So they make a ramen noodle that I get at Costco. That's a millet and quinoa, I think, or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this is brown pad thai rice noodles, and I got it to swap out brown rice in my stir-fried veggies. Let me turn the light on because apparently as you get older, your eyesight goes too.
Yeah, that's why I have the flashlight on my phone so I can read stuff. Yeah.
It's gotten dark since we got on with you.
I know.
It gets dark at 2 p.m. here. I don't know. It's really bad. So, okay. Each serving size is 2 ounces, and per serving size, it's 200 calories. There's 0 grams of sugar, which we love, 43 grams of total carbs, 3 grams of total dietary fiber, 0 milligrams of sodium, which is also important, and 4 grams of protein. And when you look at the ingredients, it is organic brown rice.
Perfect. So the ratio of the carbs and the fiber fits with brown rice. It's not like as fiber filled as a quinoa or as, a millet or a farro or any of those other guys. But the serving size in that would be closer to 2 yellows than 1 yellow. So it's like 1 ounce would be a yellow.
I was going to make it, and then after it was cooked, I was going to stick it into the yellow container.
Perfect. Do that and you'll be just fine. Yep. Because it's all with just being rice in there, brown rice, you'll get the right amount by putting it in the container.
That was my anticipation because I'm not a big fan of rice, but man, I love some noodles.
Did you ever do the nori garasimo or whatever on your rice?
No, I did not. Because I was like, I have to do what to make this? I was like, I'm not doing that.
Well, so go to Trader Joe's and get the furikake. It's just
okay. Yeah. See, we used to put that in Hawaii. Like in Hawaii, they put it on your rice all the time. It was very common. I didn't know you could buy it at Trader Joe's already made.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's by the Everything Bagel Spice.
I'm familiar with that spice.
Yeah, because I have that almost every day is brown rice with that furikake and then a little bit of drizzle of sesame oil. I love it so much.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
It is. But you could do that to your noodles instead of brown rice. You could totally zhuzh them up with that too.
Oh, there will be a lot of zhuzhing once I find my way to Trader Joe's this weekend. So thank you for that. Yeah. So I was very excited about my brown rice noodles.
Yeah, those will be delicious. Do you have a label, Lily? Or are you?
I don't have a label.
Okay.
No, sorry.
Wow.
Having dinner.
Not even one with alcohol?
No, I had one, but it got thrown away. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Next time.
Yeah. It was what do they flavor your peanut butter with? Like how is it?
You mean in the Wild Friends?
Yeah.
Well, the one I have has honey. It has a organic clover honey. I don't know that the basic creamy one, I don't know that it has sugar added. Do you have a thing, Kim, or no?
I don't have one. I don't think it has sugar added.
Yeah, I'll bring the ones I have next week. But yeah, I don't think
what makes it sugar cookie-ish. Like what is it? How is it flavored? I guess.
Oh, there's probably some kind of they could do honey or they could do, I don't know. I'd have to look. I don't have
little vanilla or something in it too.
I wonder, let me see if I can find the label on here.
It says roasted peanuts, powdered sugar, organic cane sugar, tapioca starch, almond protein powder, organic vanilla, and sea salt. That's for the sugar cookie.
Oh, there you go. Almond protein powder even, huh?
The organic cane sugar, that's the sugar.
Yeah. So, and so the difference between sugar and cane sugar means it still has some fiber and some nutrients in it. So, like if you're chewing on a sugar cane, that's different than if you have a processed white sugar that came from sugar cane. So you get more nutritional value and fiber with that sugar, kind of like coconut sugar, same kind of thing. You're getting some fiber in there. You're getting some nutritional value. It's going to be small, but if you know what I mean, if you're adding up all these things you're using instead of using more processed things, then that's where the differences come in. There you go. Well, I can't wait to try that sugar cookie next year because I'm not paying the shipping to get it. So especially now that I have this other jar that is already captivated me, I'm
What is that called? My Friend's Peanut
It's
Butter?
called Wild Friends. So I was all up on it because it's from Portland and the girls who created it were U of O, University of Oregon alumni, which I am too. So, I was all in on that. But yeah, but Kim can even get it in her Safeway. So yeah. They're not Safeway.
I'm all the way over on the East Coast.
Yeah. But, there's lots of natural peanut butters too that, just look around at some of the labels and try some out. A lot of companies now have the smaller packets. So then you can try them. Like Justin's is really popular and that one's good. And they have little packets. So then you can try it and see if it's one that you like.
Oh, I love Justin's as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Justin's is really good. And he has fantastic peanut butter cups. He knows what he's doing with those things. Well, good. So, meal prep class on Sunday. If you aren't able to catch it, the recording will go into the groups, or on my blog or on my YouTube channel. It'll all be there, or just message me if you can't find it and I'll send it over. And then, yeah, I think that's about it. Oh, Funky Friday tomorrow. We're back. We're back on. So it's Olympic colors. Post your picture in the VOD group, either just in your regular workout check-in, or if you want to post a picture below. I think I'll make sure I have I think I put one in there, didn't I, Kim? That's a scheduled post. Yeah. So you can either post it there or just your normal workout selfie in any of the groups, and we'll get a collage together. And we'll be back.
What do you mean by Olympic colors?
Yellow,
I know what
green, red, black.
You just pick one?
Blue. No, there's 5 in the rings.
So you have to wear all 5.
No, you can wear
I thought
any
you-
one of those colors.
Okay.
Or if you want to support a country, you could support a country. Yeah.
I was
Well,
you
you
were-
wear-
red, white, and blue. I was planning on red, white, and blue.
yeah, see, you can support the US. You could,
Okay.
I don't know, I might be going for Italy lately because they beat the US in curling already. So they might be my curling team. I don't know. You could pick your favorite sport and dress up like an Olympian from that sport. You could be a bobsledder.
I'll put my bikini on. Does that count?
Do it. Figure skating.
I want to see that. If you have a figure skating costume, I want to see it.
Kim, I think you should get on your bike tomorrow and ride in Jared's ride figure skating costume on.
Oh my God.
You know that's happening tomorrow, Lily. There's
Oh,
there's this one gal that's always dressed up on the podcast on her bike. We'll have to see what she is tomorrow because I'm sure there's some live cycling tomorrow, right? Tomorrow's Jared.
Yeah, tomorrow's Jared.
Okay. Oh, maybe I'll do, what time is that one? Maybe I'll do that one tomorrow.
10 a.m.
Oh,
Well,
I'm in on Jared live.
And just wonder if you want to see a grown woman wearing a figure skating outfit, you can watch The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City because and I almost couldn't believe it. Let's just go with that. I couldn't believe it.
Couldn't believe your eyes.
They thought they were really cute.
Okay. There we go. Yeah. So Olympics in all your glory. And then the next week is Valentine's colors. So pink, white, red. If you want to throw a little purple in there, nobody's going to shut you out. So, whatever you feel, the Valentine spirit comes over you. I had some pink leopard leggings in my hand today at the store. Yeah. So I think I may have to go and put them in my hand again.
Got some pink like animal print camo ones that I could wear for the next 3 weeks. I think you could.
Yeah. For the whole month of February, every Friday, you wear the same leggings. I love it. All right, you guys, well, have a good night, and we'll see you later.
Take a bit.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Oh my gosh, yeah. And we lost 2 people already, but
I was going to ask you, where did you get your taco shirt that you had on the other day?
Oh, so Jane.com. It probably isn't there anymore because stuff only stays up for like 4 or 5 days, I think, but it will probably come up again. Like, so there's all these different sellers, and then there's always a ton of like t-shirts and tanks with sayings, and they're super fun.
Okay. So, yeah, I love that.
I know, it's fun, is it? All right. Cheese. Good job. Yeah, that one's fun. And then I'm trying to think of what's the other. I think it's called Home Tea. They have some really fun ones too. That's where I have the how I cut my carbs, and it's got the pizza cutter on it.
I've gotten some sassy ones from CVG.
Oh, CVG definitely has some. Yeah, they've got some more sassy ones for sure. And their leggings are super comfy too.
Yeah, I like them too.
Cool.
All right, guys. Well, have a good night, and we'll see you all in your Olympic colors tomorrow.
Now you can go and sulk again on the couch.
Exactly. Yeah. Hopefully somebody went and got dinner, and then I'll go sulk on the couch. I'll watch some Olympics. But I'm feeling much better now that I've seen all of you.
Okay.
Good
night. Good night. See you later.
Bye.